Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl, Sherae. I'm the host of Let's Talk the Show, and this ain't a podcast. I want to thank y'all for tuning in with me this Tuesday, like y'all do every Tuesday. We got a great show in store. We have a very purposeful show in store for you today. But before I go any further, make sure you click that button in your lower right corner and share this live with 3 friends you think will love the conversation. Before I get into what I'm grateful for, I'm going to go ahead and share mine as well. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so you guys, I gotta give you something that I'm grateful for today. Give me one moment. Let me get this out here. I was wearing glasses today, y'all, and y'all know how that works. I cannot see nothing. My junk is so super blurry. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to get down the list. All right, cool. Okay, perfect. I'm super duper excited for you guys today. Okay, so before I get into it, I would like to say that today I am grateful today for God's mercy. That is what I am grateful for. That is the biggest thing I'm grateful for today. Just God's mercy, because sometimes I do not be being obedient, and if he got mad at me and disciplined me every time I wasn't listening, I would be a very lost child. But enough about what I'm grateful for. Make sure you guys drop something in the comment section that you're grateful for. Tonight, you guys, we have a great episode. We are talking about from pain to purpose. You know, that was supposed to say, my title was supposed to say purpose, but you know what, whatever. But I have a great author joining me tonight, you guys. She has a new book dropping called Speak. And it is definitely about from pain to purpose. And so we're going to be discussing that. We're going to be discussing things about motherhood. It's going to be a little bit of a trigger warning. So I want you guys to be aware. But make sure you tune in. It is definitely about to be a great episode. Make sure you guys share this live with 3 friends you think will love it. And drop something in the comment section that you are grateful for. So go ahead. Let's get our special guest on here, you guys. So give me 1 second. Okay, so we're going to wait for our guest to join. I know it's been a while, you guys, since I have been live on here. Life has really been lifing, so I have had to make some adjustments, you guys. But I am back, and I'm super excited. We have another great show coming for you next week. We got a couple of trigger warning shows coming for you. I'm grateful for God, my friends, and my family. Absolutely. Definitely grateful to God for some family. And you know what? While we're waiting for our special guest to get on here, I want to send a huge shout out to my sister. Today is her birthday. So happy birthday, Deshae. You get a worldwide shout out. I see you guys joining. So go ahead and drop something in the comment section that y'all are grateful for. I'm grateful for Let's Talk. I appreciate it. Don't be shouting us out like that. So let me see. I see you guys dropping. Let me see something. Let me see. I don't. So let's see. Or give me one moment. You guys, I may have to end this live. Okay, let's see. Thank you. I will tell her, you guys, she's going to be so excited I did this. She'll be like, I ain't tell me you was doing it. Okay. But while we're waiting for our special guest to join you tonight, what have you guys been up to? I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been up to. I have been working on planning the show out. So we have a couple episodes planned out. We got some special guests coming. Like I said, the next couple episodes are going to be really good episodes. We're going to be touching on some really important things. You guys know I don't like the same old. I hate the usual topics, but we're going to have some good stuff. Not that same old crap y'all be used to, them little clips. Okay, so I see our special guest in here. So let's get her on, you guys. I'm so excited. We're such a great show. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. So let's see. Let's get her in, you guys. Make sure you drop something in the comment section. And while you're here, make sure you share this live with 3 friends that you think will love the conversation. So click the little arrow in the lower right corner and send it to 3 people. That's all I ask. If you join this live and you like the conversation, you like the guest, send it to 3 people you think will love it. can't bring no water in here, and I know I'm thirsty. Not a lick of it. Okay. Hello.
How
You
are
are
you?
here.
Thank you.
You look so pretty. Hey,
Oh, thank you. Look, I tried to hurry up and get ready.
I'm here for it. How are you today?
I'm good. No complaints.
I'm happy for it. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, so the way the show goes, before we have anybody come on, or when you get on, and before we go into any conversations, you got to give the people something you're grateful for.
Life, my children, my family.
Absolutely. I like it. Did you do the beat yourself?
You know,
shout out to him.
But I don't. I actually have one of my closest friends. She does my makeup all the time, but she has to work today. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and throw something on me real quick. I don't even have any lashes on, but I tried.
I ain't mad at you. The people are here for you. Okay, so we're going to talk. See?
Look, there she go right there. She couldn't do my makeup tonight, but it's okay.
They are all in here for you. As you guys join, make sure you drop something in the comment section that you're grateful for, and make sure you share this live, like I said, with 3 friends you think will love it. Sherae, let's I could ask what inspired this book, but I know that it has something to do with the excerpt that you sent me from the book. So let's kind of get into that. I thought that you had actually been working on this previously, but what kind of prompted you to want to put the book out now?
Ooh, you know what? I would say, well, having my second son, I just had so much time on my hands.
Congrats.
And, just going with the motions. I'm just like, I started writing this book when I was about 25, 26, around that range. And I'm like, okay, I just been sitting on this material for so long. I need to do something with it. And I guess just going through certain things I've been, dealing with, it just really inspired me to go ahead and put it out there.
I like that. I think that I know you may not thought that you said much, but motherhood tends to do that to us. It tends to pull out these things in us that we didn't know we had in us, or things that we like, I'll do eventually. And then you have a baby and you like, you know what? Why not now? Why not now? That's the beauty when you have these little children. They start pulling these good things out of us.
That is true.
What has you? I know you had said that. I know your son's older though. He looks like he's maybe 3 now.
Oh no! So I have a 10-year-old.
A 10-year-old.
And I have a 3-month-old.
Oh, 3-month-old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe I confused the pictures there then. So I'm like, I know you got 2. You got a little one and then an older one.
After so long, I can't believe I did it, but he's here.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna ask you about how that goes when I tend to start over too. I'll talk to you about that. But let's talk about that. You step back into motherhood, and like you said, you started over. So what has that transition been like? Because you are essentially a new mom.
Oh, if I'm going to be honest, it's rough. It's really rough. Just starting all over again. I thought it was going to be super easy this time because I already had one, but a 10-year difference. I was 21 when I first had my oldest, and I'm getting ready to be 32, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a breeze. Yeah, right. Not at all.
Not so much.
Not at all. But with the support from my family, it's not as bad.
I like that. I think that having a good support system is essential to when you're making any type of transition or taking on any challenge. That's absolutely important. So let's we talked about we got into this motherhood, this new transition. We said that this new beautiful bundle has brought out these new desires in us to push forward with our goals. So let's talk a little bit about the positive and the negative impact that your family has had on your inspiration for this book. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, you know what? Come here. Can I introduce my mother?
You absolutely.
Okay. Oh, right. Come here. No. Okay.
Hi, Mom.
This is my mom. Hi. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
That's good.
So how did can you repeat your question, please?
So I asked Sherae, how does her family negatively and positively impact her inspiration for the book? And then she wanted to bring you on. So how would you say that your family has positively and negatively impacted Sherae's inspiration for her book?
Well, I would say the positive side is letting go all them old demons, talking about them, exposing what was, and this is new beginnings now, which is the healing process.
Absolutely.
So to birth the healing part, that's the most beautiful part of all of this. The healing, the strength, and Sherae has a lot of courage for doing this. So I'm happy for that for her. So this is something that she needs to birth forth to improve herself, her vision, her goals, just her life, just to move forward to talk about everything that has happened. So, and then too, to inspire other people to know that you're not alone.
Absolutely.
These dark secrets is in many families, but a lot of people don't talk about them. So,
absolutely,
to me, get it out, talk about it, heal from it, and you can help the next person.
Absolutely.
Let me get
absolutely.
Oh, I need to hurry say that.
I'm glad. Why do you look like that? What's that look on your face, Sherae?
You know, I'm being completely open and honest. I'm just really nervous, you know. I'm just really, really nervous about it. The book, period. You know. I'm just really trying to stay positive about it all, you know.
Yeah.
I want to get emotional, but it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
So I want to talk, if you don't mind, we're going to dive a little deeper into that. What exactly are you nervous about? Is it what, are you nervous about who you might offend, who was in the book, or, you know, are you nervous about just putting everything out there for people to read it?
All the above. All the above. Just more so just putting it out there. Mm-hmm. You know. I will say who's in the book.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're just gonna have to read it.
Absolutely.
To read it.
Absolutely. I think that first I want to commend you on that. Like I told you before, I'm gonna handle this with very much integrity, and I'll take care of you while you're here. And I know we talking about being nervous. Of course, it's don't even say that. I think that that's very brave and that's courageous, because so many people go unheard and they take these things to the grave. They'll say nothing, and people on the flip side, somebody has to deal with it. People move on with their lives, with the things that they do, and then somebody else is still carrying that hurt. Absolutely. So I know you said that you're having your new baby birth this. What inside of you clicked that was like, I got to get this out. I got to put this out. This can't stay hidden anymore.
Going through postpartum depression just brought back a lot of trauma for me. Mm-hmm. It literally just brought so much stuff back to me. So I'm just like, you know, this is something I have to speak about it.
Absolutely.
You know, this is why this is the name of the book, because I'm just speaking about things that people would not talk about. Absolutely. Like, well, I won't say won't talk about, but this is some things that I'm talking about, that I'm sharing, is, like you said, some things that people will take to the grave. You know, so just really going through, I was in a real dark space when I first had him. So it just, you know, just sitting in my house, and it just brought back a lot of memories. So
that's understandable. Do you want to take time to get the tissue?
Nope, I'm okay.
All right, so we're going to let's talk a little bit about your upbringing. And if again, at any point you decide that, no, can we pause? Can we redirect? I want you to absolutely feel free and comfortable to do so. Okay.
Okay.
So let's talk. You come up, we growing up, and I know that in the excerpt that you sent me, you talk about, you know, being touched by people in your family. What was it like being? So I want to specify, what age group were you around when this began?
5 and 6.
5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how did that early on, very early on, impact your dating in high school? Because usually, you know, you want to be with the boys, you want to hang out with your girls. How did that impact the way you saw men and how you built intimate and romantic relationships throughout high school?
Oh, um, I would say it made me really open. I was really open. I really, you know what, I can't even, yeah, I don't know if I can answer that right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. We can move past that. You get older, you look back, you're growing. Looking back now, what would you tell a young Sherae about? Let's say you're 30. You say you'd be 32. So
Yeah,
what
32
would you
next
tell
week.
a young Sherae?
What would I tell her?
What would you tell her?
As far as what? As far as what? Like,
What would you tell her just about making it through life, making it through the things that she's gone through, and understanding that they don't define her as a woman?
just never give up. To always keep pushing. Um, just try my best not to worry about how other people view me. Um, just for a while, like I've always worried about how people looked at me, and I'm still worried about it. You know, just with this book, you know,
Yeah.
how will people look at me?
Are you worried about how outsiders will view you, or are you worried about how your family is going to view you?
More so outsiders, because as far as family, like what's done is done, you
Absolutely.
know?
Absolutely. Is it like, do you have anybody that you don't want to let down, or is there anybody you think you're disappointed with this book?
No, I'm okay.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's talk about, you know, your relationship with God. I know you talked about how that's in. Do you need a moment?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Just let me know. I know you talked about your relationship with God. How important is that to you, you know, as you're going on this journey to talk about your book? Because I may be the first stop, but I'm not the only stop on this nice tour that you're going on to spread the word about your book. So how important is that to you on this journey?
Oh, it's very important. I pray every day, all day. It's definitely, you know, making me really close. It's bringing me closer to him.
Absolutely.
You know, definitely bringing me closer to him.
I agree. You know what? So I think we made a really good point. What you've gone through, you have boys. How has what you've gone through impact the way you protect and advocate for your boys? Whether it be around family, whether it be around school.
You know what?
How does that?
With my oldest,
Mm-hmm.
it was really, really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
He was not able to go anywhere. Be around anybody. You know, it was even hard for me to allow him to be with my mother. Um, but she tried her best to understand. You know,
Yeah.
even to this day, it's still hard. You know,
Yeah.
and then having another son, um, I feel like it's just the same thing.
Another cycle.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
I
Yeah.
think that with what you've gone through, you have you have a much more in-depth perspective that a lot of parents don't see, that a lot of parents take for granted, because you understand what's out there and what's lurking.
Mm-hmm.
And I know sometimes that it can seem overwhelming. It can seem like maybe you got to question what you're doing, but in the grand scheme of things, you got the right mind. I want to reassure you, Sherae, you have the right mind,
Thank
because
you.
you know that there are people out there that prey on kids.
Thank
And some
you.
people just take that for granted. They don't think about it. But I can't understand to your extent, but I understand being very mindful of where our boys go to.
Yeah.
And I love that you have boys, because some people be like, oh, he's a boy, he's fine. And you
Yeah, and
understand
I
that
used to get that all the time. It's just like, it doesn't matter if it's a boy
woo,
or a girl. You know, they think, oh, it's a boy. They don't, you know, but the world we live in now, they don't care if it's either or, you
exactly.
know.
Exactly. And our boys need just as much protection as our little girls.
Absolutely.
They matter. Their little feelings and their thoughts and their bodies matter, and we absolutely have to protect them.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to reassure you that you are absolutely taking the extra precaution. That's the right step to take.
I'm getting better.
Yeah.
You know, I had a talk with my son. My son is he can be very vocal sometimes, but I love that about him. You know, he tells me how he feels and stuff like that.
That's a good thing. That's always a good thing.
What helped me loosen up with him just a little is I had a conversation with him and my oldest sister, and it was about a few things or whatever. And, you know, he was just like, Mom, I'm okay. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing that. I'm fine. You don't let me do this. You don't let me do that. You don't let me go nowhere. And he cried. I cried. She cried. And I'm just like, okay, maybe I do need to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's been 2 years now. So, you know, so I let him, you know, go places now. Not too many places, but, you know, just a few places. You know, even when he's like outside, I'm still like, oh, what you doing? Where you going? You know, but it's not as bad.
I think that you make some really good points. You gotta grow. You gotta start somewhere and you gotta grow. And even like the excerpt that you mentioned, at some point you're gonna relapse. You're gonna go back to what you've been doing. But as long as you keep going, have a goal in mind, you're gonna get there. I want to talk about, because you've overcome so much and you clearly hit a point where you can speak about it. What advice do you have for young women or young people who have experienced some type of molestation or some type of sexual assault for coming forward? What do you have advice you have for them for making peace within themselves?
Oh, I would have to say, I know it's, you know, it's really hard. Some people never get over it. And I would say, I can't even say like therapy would help because I would be lying. Literally, God, just God. Like, I honestly can't even, I wish there was like some real advice I can really give because I understand, you know, I really do, but just everything I've been through and that I'm still going through to this day, like, God.
Definitely having a strong spiritual relationship. I agree.
Literally.
I definitely agree. So let's talk a little. I know I'm one of many stops on this amazing book tour that you're going on. You have a couple more stops to go. Is there anything in particular that you want people to know about your book?
Just put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on.
Sure. Put the seatbelt on.
Put your seatbelt on.
Okay, so I like that. I like that. What? I got a good question.
But
what
most
is this
of
book
all,
about?
pay attention to your children. And don't, no matter that trust word, I don't care who it is. You know, I don't care who it is. And I don't want to offend anybody, mother, brother, sister, cousin, dad, anyone, you know. Just just never overlook, you know, never overlook. Always listen to your children. Always.
I know you say you didn't want to offend anyone and you went to mother first. What is the relationship like with your mother? You guys seem really close now. Have you always been close, or has over time you guys' relationship just gotten better?
Over time, it's gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't always been like how we are now.
Yeah.
I blame my mother for everything. I hated my mother.
Wow.
You know? I hated her, but I loved her, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, the older I got, I had to learn and realize like I can't hate her for something that she knew that wasn't going on. You know, she knew nothing about. So how could I hate her for something that she had no clue of? But um but I forgive her, you know. And it took a lot for me to
Yeah.
forgive her. I will say in the last 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
And that's a long time.
That's a very
So
long time.
but we're good now. And I love my mother and I don't care, what nobody has to say. After reading the book, you know, I'm standing 10 toes behind her,
Absolutely.
you know. And it, like I said, with God, we gonna get through it.
Absolutely. You are, of course you are. You absolutely are. What has I know you said, you know what, now that we're talking now, we were on the phone, everything makes a lot more sense about becoming overwhelmed. Now it makes more sense. So
Yeah.
now it's I'm like, okay, I can see how we could get there. What what has it been like? Have you sent anybody else the excerpt, or what has like the feedback been so far about the book? Or if anyone's heard or seen what I've seen.
Ooh, you know what? After I sent it to you, I put up a sneak
Mm-hmm.
peek. And that's what I put up a few days after I sent it to you. Um, the feedback, more so people wants to know if it's about me. You know, that's the biggest thing. Is it about me? Um,
Is it about you?
Now you have it. Yeah, it's about me.
Okay. And what was the feed? What else did you get? People wanted to know, was it about you? What did it? I hate to even ask this. Did anybody ask you that could potentially be in the book outside of like your immediate friends and family that would know?
Yeah, a lot of people want to know if they're in it. I just feel like if you were between then and now, if you had any type of relationship with me, there it is.
I like this. When you when you put the book together and decided to, put it out, what was that moment when you were like, okay, it's time to put it out? When you decided to promote it, what did that moment feel like? Do you recall that?
Oh yeah, I was sad. I was sad. I wasn't even. I was nervous, and I don't know if anyone ever paid attention. Like anytime I do post about it, I always hashtag only God can judge me. Because it's just I was so worried about being judged.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, in time I won't feel any type of way about it at all. Because this is only the first part, there is more to come.
I saw that. This is a series.
Yeah.
This is a series. I think that you said that you hope at one point you don't have to fear being judged. What else do you hope will come out of this book for you?
That I bring awareness to everyone, um, and most of all, like if somebody experiencing or experience any type of thing that I've went through, just let them know that it's okay and you're gonna get through it. You're going because some people are suicidal, have been suicidal, and have not even made it. I've been there. Anything you can think of, I've been there. So I definitely just want to bring awareness to people.
Absolutely. What does it feel like right now to be we're sitting here, we're talking about your book, we redirected from some moments. How do you feel right now knowing that soon is to come out? Like you're on a tour now, because that's what I like to call it. You're on a tour now.
Yeah.
You are on a tour now. Talking about your book. How do you feel at this moment? Like, is it like, okay, it's real, like this is really out there, or what are your thoughts in this moment?
More so like, oh my God, it's really out, you know. Well, it'll be out on the 21st for sure. But yeah, it's just I can't even believe I I did it, you know. Because I was so back and forth with it for so long, you know.
Right.
So now that it's here, it's just like, wow, you know. But here we gonna roll with the punches.
All right. That's all we can do. Only way through it, only way over it is to get through it. That's it. So
Yeah.
do you have any relationships that you think, or I don't know, did you tell anyone when you were going to release the book, or were there any relationships that you were maybe worried about maybe losing as a result of the book?
You know what? My youngest son, his father, you know, it was plenty days, and I would sit up and tell him, and he would be like, "Are you sure? You sure you want to do this?" You know, but my mother, you know, she was afraid. She's still afraid, but I don't know. How you feel, man? Are you?
She can come on. If she would like, she can come on the camera if she feels comfortable.
I'm okay. I just want you to be okay, and I just want you to be okay.
Mom, can you come on camera and tell us?
Yes. It's kind of, let's see. Okay. Can you put it back? Oh, goodness. It's kind
You
of
gotta
close.
squeeze in. Sorry.
Okay. Go back a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of close. Okay.
I'm gonna get up for a second.
I just want Sherae to just be liberated with all of this. I want her to feel like it's okay to talk about what she decided to talk about. To me, it's like to talk about this, it's just all freedom.
Yeah.
It's liberty for her. I was a little afraid because I feel like me as a mother, I let my daughter down. Ooh. And a lot of this, I didn't really find out until almost all the stuff that happened in her childhood. I didn't find out until she was grown.
Wow.
I had to brace myself. And some of the things that she disclosed that she was putting in this book, I just found out like recently. So I was really sick with it. I felt like my privacy was invaded.
Wow.
I felt like it wasn't just about her, but it was about all of us as a whole. I just felt that this is intimate. This is just too deep for public.
Right.
To be all in our business.
Absolutely.
But I had to realize and see that it's not about me. This is what happened to my child. And I had to take some responsibility, even unknowingly, not knowing. So believe me, I had to let me just say this, okay? And this is just for, like, this has happened in many families.
Absolutely.
For me, the biggest, deepest part of all of this, it happened within the family, which you don't think this will happen among your family.
Right.
And for it to be, you know, the men of our family,
yeah, it's such
that was closest to me,
yeah,
that bothered me. Like, for me to know that, I didn't find any of this out until, I just have to just be honest, like, my brother, I mean, it's a lot about him. He's deceased. Wow. He's not even here anymore. He's been gone over 23 years. But to know that I embrace my siblings. I'm the oldest. If to have them under me and to this to happen, and I embraced, basically, I was caring for a brother that my mother didn't even take care of.
Wow.
So it was just pretty rough, but at the same time, I didn't see any of this coming. So I just commend my daughter for pushing through this and getting it out because this is her healing process.
Absolutely.
And I just want her to be better. Let her understand that this is healing. You know, this is a healing process for her, and that's the main thing. Just get it out, talk about it. She's in therapy, she's in counseling, and I can't even say how sorry I am maybe for not seeing some of the signs. But I was a young mother myself. You know, I had 3 kids at the age of 19.
Wow.
And yeah, it was rough. But at the same time, I didn't think it was that rough because I had family that was there for me. I had brothers. I had a mom and a dad periodically that was there. We was all like one unit, you know, in different seasons of my life. So you wouldn't think predators would be right among your immediate family. I always thought the predators were the ones on the outside. So you can kind of let your guards down because you feel like, hey, I'm with family.
Absolutely.
But sometimes family can be the worstest nightmares and the big backstabbers and the biggest people that's against you.
Absolutely.
So I had, you know, and she understands that now, but to not be aware of all of that, let me tell you, I went into a depression probably a month ago.
Wow.
After knowing all of this, and I was just like, I wasn't prepared for all of these deep, dark demons. I just felt like it surfaced. You know, I feel like all this stuff was dead and buried. Why are you bringing all of this up now? But I had to realize it's not about me. It's about her story, her growth, her strength, her progress, her healing. I had to remove myself totally from me, because it was not really about me. I just had to take some responsibility. Let her know that, look, I'm sorry, I'm here for you. And now it's a lesson learned in this generation with the grandkids. Keep an eye on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Make sure, I don't care, you know, pay attention to where they even going, who they are socializing with.
Absolutely.
You got to real, and then we living in a more different time frame now. Like, it's just, these kids they know more about stuff at 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's just, it's over my head. Like, the things that they know now, we was exposed to that in our 20s, and they're knowing this stuff at 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Absolutely.
So, but you know, at the end of the day, I just hope everyone buys her book, support her, and know that this is a triumph for her in her spirit. It's healing, and it's all about just healing her, making her feel better about herself, moving on, and knowing that, you know, just give God all of the glory for the strength. And let me just say this, and I'm done. A lot of this stuff, some of the stuff I didn't even remember. I didn't remember. It's some things that I always said, like, you know, sometimes the Lord has just removed things. He had cast them into the sea, like you don't remember them no more. It's gone. It's the past. I couldn't even remember all of that trauma that I had went through. So I just say, to God be the glory. You know, I just feel like she's gonna be okay. She just talk about it, get it off your chest, and I could just, only thing we have to just say is we just thank God we're here now. We have a better relationship. It was not, and I never knew, like, for years, why she didn't like me. Do you know that? I never knew. I knew she didn't like me, but she could tell you, like, she never really told me.
Wow.
I didn't even really know until, let's just say, 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm like, why would you sit on that after all these years? So you know, it was a journey. So now that she's older now, she's in her 30s now, it's wow. It's as a grown woman to talk about that child at 6 and 7 years old, and to describe the moments in this book, it really took me back as well. I was heavily depressed. I just want to just say one particular moment in this book, and I'm done.
It's her interview. It's her interview.
After this, I'm done. But to read parts of this book and for her to be so descriptive about like the paint on the walls, walking down the hall, the creaking of the steps, and to, you know, this is a home that we lived in, and to just describe the irony of the story and the moment and what was going on, it was like I was there.
Wow.
So
well, thank you. That means it's really good.
Yeah,
yeah, it does.
You know,
that's absolutely correct.
Like, you know, when she speak on the steepness of going down steps and just describing this house, I was just like outdone. How descriptive and detailed the story. It's a story of her life.
And I told her if she can't even get through this first book, I prefer her not to read it at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's not gonna read anymore.
Yeah. But this is her story. I'm happy that it's getting out, and it's a healing for her and me as well. And like I said, I appreciate the story of the healing because, like I said, this is so evident in so many families. So it is just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Like I've heard stories from other families, things that happen to them and other women that I'm connected with and I know. So it's not an unfamiliar story, but it's a story that to me needs to be defeated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I thank you, Mom, so much. I appreciate you getting on and talk with us and share with us and give us your opinion and your perspective on this. I do appreciate it. And it's really nice to not only get it from Sherae's perspective, but someone that's also in the book.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate you coming on and being honest about where you are and where you guys are in your journey, where you are in your journey, and just about how you've been dealing with that. And then Sherae, obviously, this is your interview. Your mama tried to get it. She almost tried to get it.
It's okay. Look, I'm used to it. I'm so
but
used to it.
We definitely, I think that after going through so much, it's so easy. Like this book is obviously digging up so much in the past. And it's good to get it out and get it up. But it's also super important to focus on where you are, where you're going, and what you hope to gain from this. So I think that's how I want to end our interview. I want to know 3 things that you hope to accomplish with your book, just within yourself, as far as self-improvement. What do you think that this book will help you accomplish when it comes to just improving your confidence, your self-esteem, your relationship with God? Where do you think you'll be? And not at the end of this book, at the end of this series.
Ooh, I would have to say that's a good question.
I don't care how far-fetched it seems. I don't care. So I know we're gonna say one of them is you want at the end of the series you want to be free from judgment of what people think of you. So we're gonna put that as one.
That.
So we can start there.
I would say just I can't even say being a better mother because I feel like I'm a great mom.
Okay, period. Period. You the best mama for them babies. You the best mama.
Just like my trust, you know, with my family, you know. I definitely want to say, the trust. I hope I really want to build the trust, you know. I can't even say self-esteem because I have really high self-esteem regardless of what I went through. Confidence. I have a lot of that too. I will say self-love. I don't want to sound bad, but just love myself.
Yeah.
know, I love myself, but I don't love myself like I should.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I think that's fair. That's very fair to say. I feel like at some point we've all felt like that. At one point we feel like this, but I know deep down in my core I don't feel how I should be feeling.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna, before we actually close it out, we're gonna close it out with where we can find your book when it goes live, and then we're gonna close it out with something you're grateful for, because we also got to close it out with that. But before we get there, I want to tell you, Sherae, that what you've gone through is a burden, and that burden you have to carry it, but it's your burden, and at any point you can decide to put it down and say, I don't have to carry this anymore.
Yeah.
At any point you can say, I'm straight on this. I don't gotta keep carrying this with me.
Mm-hmm.
Any point, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. So tell the people where they can find your book, where they can purchase it once it goes live on the 21st.
Okay. Well, I will have 100 copies the day of the book signing.
Okay.
So you'll be able to purchase it then, and you'll be able to purchase it on Amazon and ebooks.
Absolutely. And where's this book signing at?
The stadium. You know what? I don't know right off the bat, but it's my sister-in-law hall. So I know it's the stadium. I just don't know exactly where it is, but it's posted on the flyer.
The stadium is, for everybody that's in Detroit, Metro Detroit, the stadium is located on Gratiot. It is it's called South Gratiot. It's in Mount Clemens on the left-hand side. Once you ride Gratiot out, you can't miss it. It's on the left side. It'll be there on the 21st. And then I'll let you go first. You got to give the people, you got to go out the same way you came in with something that you're grateful for.
I'm going to say my mother this time.
I like that. I like that.
Definitely my mother today.
I love that. All right. And I'll tell you guys what my grateful can come last. I want to thank you, Sherae, so much for coming on here.
Thank you.
I want to thank you
for having me.
Right? You said what?
To definitely thank you for having me.
Of course. I appreciate your honesty, your transparency. I think that I didn't anticipate this. I will be honest. I did not know that. I thought that you maybe were in a different place in your journey. And now that when we talked in the interview, I'm like, okay, I see how we got here. And so I appreciate you for coming on here and being honest. For being honest.
You know what? Not to cut you off, but I was talking to my person, and I was, I'm like, I don't know how to not be honest, like just about it. Yeah. I just really kind of nervous about that, because I'm like, if you ask me a question, I want to be as straight up as possible, so.
And I appreciate that. I think that, especially because you got this nice tour going on, I think that is going to help promote a lot of awareness for other young ladies and young men that have gone through something similar, or maybe going through something. And you can never, ever have enough awareness about these situations. You can never stop bringing awareness to new parents, first-time parents, or parents who may think something, they're like, this look like something. You can never.
I always stress that gut feeling. If you feel like a person ain't right, you better believe it.
Okay. And I'll be the first to tell you, my intuition ain't never lied, but I ain't always listen. But it did not lie to me, not one time. So absolutely, I thank you for that. I thank you for coming on. Tell your mom I thank you for her.
Absolutely. Even though she was not supposed to be on here today, she came over here like, I'm about to get it. I said, you are not. This is not for you. Makeup done. I said, oh goodness, you about to get on this camera.
She came on. She came, and I appreciate her too. I appreciate.
Thank you.
Both of them. So I definitely appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go out the same way I came in. I think that today I'm grateful for this interview, because it hit a lot deeper in my own heart than I expected it to hit. But you know what? And I think those are the best ones. I think those are the best ones, when you come on with a different expectation and you get something completely different. I can always appreciate that. I appreciate you and your mom for coming. And that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful tonight for this interview. Thank you for joining us, Sherae. Make sure you guys get her book live at her book signing in Stadium on October 21st. And you can also find it on Amazon or ebooks, correct?
Absolutely.
And give us your Instagram for your book so that people can find you on Instagram as well.
Okay, and that is Speak Series _123.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys find her there, follow her, and make sure you be on the lookout for the book. Again, that's all we got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much, Sherae, to you and your mom. My name is Sherae Carter, you guys. I'm the host of Let's Talk the Show, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Bye.